Good morning and welcome to my channel. My name is Sussex Sandra and today I am going to be doing another all-day wear test of a foundation that I purchased with some of my Christmas money, Christmas and birthday money, and the foundation that I purchased was by Lottie London and it's called All About That Base. Yeah, no, it's all about that base, base. Anyway, it's that. So it looks like this. It's a foundation stick. It's 9 grams and they claim that it's full coverage matte foundation stick and it contains vitamin C and E. So let me undo the packaging so I can show you properly what it is. As I said, I purchased it from ASOS.com. Right, is this one of those times when I'm going to struggle to take it out of the packaging? Right, yes, so I bought it from ASOS.com. It costs £7.99. I know it's also available from Superdrug and it's available in 10 shades. The 2 deep shades are, I'm trying to remember what they were. I think they were called Toffee and Truffle. I got it in the deeper shade, Truffle, and it looks like this. So it's a twist up application. And it's about 9 grams apparently. Let me twist it all up. I hope it won't fall out. Yeah, there you go. So that's how much you get. So there's a fair amount there, so you can't really complain about that. It's comparable to other foundation sticks. Right, so I think I mentioned at the end of my last video, which was the Estee Lauder double wear nude, that I have seen some reviews about this product and the reviews haven't been that great. So let's go ahead and find out a little bit more information about it and then we'll go ahead and put it on. So on the ASOS.com website, so it's Lottie All About That Base, £7.99. It's available in 10 shades. The 10 shades are called, let's have a quick look. They are called Golden, Toasted Almond, Pale Toffee, Light Beige, Soft Sand, Amber Honey, Beige, Ivory, Rich Toffee and Truffle. I will show you this, see if I can enlarge it so you can see on the screen what those shades are. Okay. And the information about it is product details. Foundation by Lottie, says it's a matte finish, it's long lasting, it's full coverage, enriched with vitamin C and E, twist applicator, available in 10 shades. Right, okay, let's crack on and get on with this. So it's available from ASOS and it's available from Superdrug. Right, so let's do my primer. My skin is gradually improving, thankfully. I mean, you can see it's already starting to get oily. I mean, I washed and cleansed my face about 3 hours ago now actually, and it's already starting to get oily. Let's do this whilst I'm talking. So I always double prime, and the reason for that is, this is mainly for the people who haven't watched any of my videos before. I am an older woman, I'm 49 years old. I have got very, very, very oily skin. Very oily skin, and I have blemish skin and hyperpigmentation. When I bring the camera in closer you will see that for yourself. So what I tend to do, normally when I'm wearing foundations, I don't normally put a moisturizer on because it's just no point because of the oil I produce. So, but when I am putting a foundation on, I double prime. So the primers I'm using is Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Pro Filter something primer. It's actually a nice primer if you've got normal dry even combination skin, and it's quite moisturizing. So I like it as a moisturizer. And then I put my more mattifying pore filling primer on. And in this case, because I haven't heard great things about this foundation, I'm going to bring out the big guns. So I'm going to put on the Becca Ever Matte Poreless primer today, and I'm going to put this on in the areas that really produce the oil. So obviously down the T-zone and across my cheeks and around my perimeter, so my temp. Right, that's the pose. Back in a minute. Now, where was I? So yeah, that was just a parcel being delivered. Whilst I was signing that, an electrician came to sort out my cooker grill. So I was away for quite a while there, so my apologies. Okay, so I've got a little bit of the Becca Over Matte Poreless primer on. Let's do this properly now. Now, with the Becca Over Matte Poreless primer, this is heavy duty mattifying primer. It does blur pores, it does leave a smooth, well, not quite smooth, slightly tacky, powdery finish, but it is for people who have got oily skin. If you've got normal dry skin, I wouldn't even use that because it's going to dry your skin out something chronic. It really does work for those of us who have got oily skin. And that's the thing, my videos, and particularly the foundation reviews, are always for the people who have got oily skin, because we have our own struggles. And even though lots of products say that they are long lasting, matte coverage, oil control, blah 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 blah, not a lot of them are. So I do like to test out the foundations to see if they live up to their claims. Right, so primer's on. Shall we get on and do this foundation then? So let me bring you in and let's do this. So what have I done with it? I've lost it. Here we are. I'm going to do one half of my face with a beauty blender, and I'm going to do the other half with a brush, which I don't know which brush I'm going to use today. What have we got here? Yeah, we've got the Morphe E31, we've got the Sigma. I use the Morphe one, it's the cleanest one I've got here at the moment, so I'll use that one. So beauty blender and the Morphe E31 brush, so half and half on each face. So let me just stroke this on. Foundation sticks aren't my favourite things to use. I'm very much a liquid foundation person. I have tried a couple of foundation sticks. This colour looks alright actually, doesn't it? Yeah, I have tried a couple of foundation sticks. The ones that have worked okay for me have been the, let's think, the Hourglass, what's it called, Vanishing Stick. So I've got that. I'll put the links down below, so if you want to check those ones out, that's been okay. The Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick, which was specifically made for oilier skins, that was okay. And I think I did a battle of the two, the Hourglass one and the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I think the Hourglass one actually performs better than the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. But there is a significant price difference between the two. And I've also tried the Iman Second to None foundation stick. That looks beautiful initially, but again, the usual problem, after a few hours the oil started to break through. But if you've got normal skin, normal dry combination skin, that foundation, it looks gorgeous on. It really does. It just has a beautiful look, really nice flawless finish. So let's see how this one blends out. The foundation stick that really failed on me was the Bobbi Brown stick. I can't remember if I've done a review on that one. If I haven't, tell me if you want me to do a review of that, because I have still got it in the house, but I know that has failed really badly on me. This is a gorgeous colour on me. Look at this colour on my skin. Good God. I've been so lucky with some of these high street products I've been purchasing recently. They, the colours have worked out really well on me. Look at this colour. This is my skin colour all the way. But I say one thing, it certainly ain't full coverage, because I'm sure that's one of the things they said. They said it was full coverage, didn't they? Let me blend out the other side of the brush, see if it gives a better coverage. It blends out really easily, I must say. I haven't put any concealer on because when products say that they are full coverage, I want to see how full coverage they are, to see if they will cover up all my blemishes, hyperpigmentation, moles and etc. But yeah, this, with that one layer I've put on so far, is definitely not full coverage. It's just about light coverage. If you've got no imperfections on your skin at all, this would be fine, but I have, and I need some coverage here. So let's put another layer on, because this is not convincing me at all that this is full coverage. Loving this colour. It goes on really smoothly and it seems to blend out. I don't want to cover my whole face with it, but it looks like I'm going to have to. which is unusual because usually I can just put a few strokes on my face and it's enough, but this ain't doing it so far. Right, let's do this again. I love this colour. Oh my god, what a beautiful colour. If you're my colour, this is going to really work. So let's hope this foundation works out. So my colour for reference, right, here we go. MAC, because everyone uses MAC. MAC, I'm NC50 and NW47. I can wear both of those. In Becca, Ultimate Complexion Cream, I'm the colour Mink. That's the colour I like wearing in that. In Estee Lauder Double Wear, I have worn 3 colours. I've worn Nutmeg, Sandalwood and Truffle. I like the Nutmeg and I like Truffle. Sandalwood I think is a little bit too light. Sandalwood was the colour I wore in my last video. What else is there? What other foundations do people use as reference? In the Hourglass Vanish Stick, I think I was, oh god, what colour was I? Was it Golden Almond? I think it was called. In the Iman Stick, I was Earth 4, maybe? Earth 3 or 4? I think I was Earth 4. Bare Minerals Bare Pro, I can't remember. Bobbi Brown Foundation Stick, I'm 7.5. I think they call that Warm Almond. It was definitely 7.5 in that colour. Right, I'm just looking at this. This is definitely not giving me full coverage, but it is certainly giving me a medium coverage. The colour is lovely. The coverage is very natural matte, but it's not full coverage. I would go with a good medium coverage. I'm going to do one more layer, see if I can build it up any more, because I do want to try and get this full coverage. Let's see. But you're seeing how much I'm putting on my skin here. Let me bring you in even more. Sorry about this if you don't want to get too close up, but I really want to show you how this is looking on my face. Okay. So this is the 3rd layer I'm putting on here, and this is a damp beauty blender in case anybody's going to question me about that. I mean, I hardly have to do any blending here because it's literally just melting into my skin here. I don't even have to go down my neck because it's matching my skin colour perfectly, so I don't have to go down at all. You know, sometimes when you put foundation on, you have to really go down these areas to make it blend in with your skin colour. Don't have to with this because it is my skin colour perfectly. So just to remind you, the shade I'm wearing is Truffle. Alright, this is the coverage at the moment. I hope you can see this because the sun's really coming out now. God, honestly, this country and the weather, don't know what you're doing with it, but the coverage looks really, the colour looks fantastic. The coverage is a perfect medium coverage. Medium, slightly full, but I'm just going to say it's a good medium coverage. It feels really comfortable. It feels really light. It looks all right. Let's see how it's going to look in a few hours, shall we? So let me show you the time now. Time now is, yeah, I mean, those guys kept me for a good hour there, really. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's 11:05, so I've lost an hour, really. I'm going to try and do at least 4 hours, and I'll come back and do a review or an update. And then if I can come back later on, because I do have to go out and do some visits. if I can wear the foundation for longer, so sort of 7-8 hours, then I will do that. But there'll definitely be a minimum of 4 hours of wear. 4 hours is usually the minimum amount of time I need to tell if a foundation is going to be long lasting on my oily skin. So I'm just going to finish the rest of my face so you can see what it looks like. So there you go, and then I'll come back to you in a minute. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, so that's my full face done. I'm going to try and wear the foundation for at least 4 hours, and then I'll come back to you and just give you my thoughts on how this foundation performs on very oily skin. If I can, I will try and do 6 to 8 hours, but I'm not going to promise that. It all depends on what's happening with work and the daylight and the lighting, my usual factors that I have to consider. Okay, so I will hope to see you soon, and I will be back and let you know what my thoughts are. Okay, see you later. Bye. Hi, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon, so I've been wearing a foundation now for about 2.5 hours, and you can probably see that it is already showing oils coming through on this side. Let me turn around a bit so you're not getting so much light on my face, but you can see that the oil's already coming through on my face. It's starting to fade already, and a little bit of separation is starting to occur as well. Yeah, this isn't looking good. This is only after 2.5 hours. Let's see how this goes, but yeah, I'm not thinking this foundation is going to last very long on my face somehow. Oh dear. Hello and good afternoon. Time now is just after 3:30, so I've been wearing this foundation for 4.5 hours. I want to take it off, so that's why I've come back now, just to give you the update and my thoughts on this foundation. When I do my updates and reviews on foundations I'm testing, I do like to wear the foundations for a minimum of 4 hours, but I do like to try and get at least 6 hours out of it, just to see how the foundation will perform over a longer period of time on my oily skin. This foundation is feeling really yucky and greasy, and you can probably see that it's starting to get really greasy as well. So I just want to take it off and refresh my face before I go out and do a couple of evening inspections. For those of you who've never watched my channel before, when I do a wear test of a foundation, I do like to review it, and I use a system called TOPS. So the TOPS means T stands for transfer, the O stands for oil control, the first P stands for performance, to see if the foundation fades or separates or melts on my face. The second P stands for price, so is the foundation good value for what it is. And the S, the final S, is for shade selection. So what are the shades available in the foundation? So let's quickly go through this. When I do my transfer and oil, I use my blotting sheet. So I've got a new packet of my blotting sheets. I get these from Amazon, and I think they cost, can't remember how much they cost. It's about £6 for them, and they do last a long time. And the last packet I had lasted a good, what, 5-6 months, if not longer than that. So they do last a long time. The best foundations that I have worn, they will use say 2 to 3, say 2.5 sheets of these, and they will have oil on them, because I will always produce oil. I'm a very oily skinned person. What I'm looking for is very little foundation transfer as well. So let's see how this foundation is done. I can already tell you that on the transfer, all you have to do is look at my collar. Look at the collar of my top. See all that? See all this? So I'm going to have to take all this off and put on another top now before I go out and do my evening work. But yeah, so the transfer already we know is not going to be very good. And the oil, well, we can already see what's going on here. So let's do this bit first. So let's do the sheets. So let's do this. So we've got one sheet. There you go. Lots of oil, lots of foundation. So that's sheet 1. Sheet 2. So sheet 4 is mainly foundation and a little bit of oil. So we have got, it's getting dark rapidly now, so I really want to do this, but the evenings are slowly getting lighter, which is all good. So we have got 3.5 sheets here of oil and foundation. So how does that translate into my system? Oh God, it's not another parcel delivery, is it? Another parcel delivery, excuse me. I've ordered a bullet journal from Amazon, so it's just been delivered. Okay, so let's go through this. So looking at transfer, so you can see all around my collar. Let me just bring you out a bit so you can see. Look at my collar. All the foundation has transferred all around my collar, and obviously we saw on the sheets there how much transfer of the foundation was on there. There is still some foundation on my face. I mean, it still looks okay actually. I mean, now that all the oil's gone, it still looks okay. You can still see a little bit of the foundation, you can still see a little bit of my contour and blush on my face. So it still looks, you know, respectable, but obviously not as flawless and lovely as it did when I first applied it earlier on today. So I would say for transfer, there is significant transfer going by my clothing. Dark shade foundation, you need to consider that. So I think for transfer I'm only going to give this a 4.5 because it's not great. And I didn't even go down that low on my neck, but obviously it was enough to transfer on my clothing. So yeah, I'm going to drop that down to a 4 out of 10 for transfer. For oil, well, I started to feel oil coming through really quickly. Within an hour, 2 hours, I was seeing the oil starting to poke through on my cheeks, and I showed you the update earlier of what I did after 2.5 hours, and you can see the oil was really coming through on my face, and then you saw after 4 hours how much oil was on my face there. So oil is not controlling oil. This is not an oil controlling foundation. So obviously for those of us who have got oily skin, it's not great. But I'd say if you've got oily skin, this is not a foundation for us because the oil came through really quickly. And don't forget, I was wearing my Becca Ever Matte Poreless primer. That primer holds back everything, so this foundation just won't do it at all. So I would say for oil control, this is a no-no. So I'm gonna say a 1 out of 10 for this foundation. I know I'm being really harsh here, but I said I'm being more ruthless now in my foundation reviews because I've got foundations that can do everything for me. Okay, so the next one is the P, first P, and that's performance. Does the foundation fade, melt and separate? Right, there was definitely some fading because I did see that earlier on when I did my sort of 2.5 hour update. And there was fading along my upper cheeks, along here and around, you know, just definitely around my upper cheeks. Fading has started up on my forehead here. Can you see that? Shall I bring you in a bit closer so you can see? The lighting is starting to go, so I'm really starting to rush now because I don't want to put the ring lights on because that really affects what image you're getting. But you can see foundation has started to fade up on my forehead here and along my upper cheeks there. You can see it's starting to go around the perimeter of my face. So the foundation does fade. Hasn't really melted at all, and it hasn't separated. Was starting to collect sort of behind my nostrils, but not too much. But again, don't forget, I've only been wearing this for 4.5 hours. So I would say for performance, fading was starting. So I'm going to say, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 because it was starting to fall apart, shall we say. And I think longer wear, it really would have fell apart pretty much. I can tell what was going to happen. But at the moment, it still looks okay. The next one was price. So the kids are starting to come home from school now, so you're going to start hearing children outside. So price, the price is really cheap, £7.99. It's a very affordable foundation. You can find it in Superdrug and you can find it in ASOS.com online. So it's a very affordable foundation. This is the kind of foundation that you like because, you know, end of the day, it's a very handy foundation. It's in a stick form, it's easy to apply, you can easily blend it out. It blends out really easy. I mean, you saw how quickly that applied on my face. So it blends out really easy. It's portable, you can carry it around easily so you can reapply during a day. You know, so I think for price and for what it is, £7.99, it's alright, it's okay. I'm not going to argue about it. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because, you know, it's an affordable foundation and it will do what you want it to do, but it's not very long lasting. I'll definitely disagree with that. It's not a long-lasting foundation. And the final thing was shades. So there's only 10 shades available, and there were 2 shades in the deep selection. I'd say it looked like there was an ivory shade, so it looked like there was quite a very fair shade. And looking online, I looked at some other people's reviews online, the lighter shade was fairly light, so it does cover right across the spectrum. It could probably go lighter and it can definitely go deeper, but no, it's a decentish span for a drugstore foundation. So I think for shade range, I'm going to give it a 6.5. I'm going to give it a 6.5. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 because it's not bad for what it is. No, high street foundation, it's okay. You might be able to find something that can work for you. I was just very fortunate that that shade matches me perfectly, absolutely perfectly. But I don't know what the total score is there. I will put the score on the screen up here somewhere or up here somewhere. But I think it has performed, it's performed okay for a drugstore high street foundation. But I have a rule, if it scores below 32, I'm going to give it a no. It's not a foundation that I'll repurchase again, that's a definite. Let me know what you think down below. Please don't forget to give me a like if you enjoyed this video, so give me that thumbs up down below. Don't forget to subscribe. The details of my subscriber giveaway will be down below in the description box, so it's my 500 subscriber giveaway. All you got to do is let me know what you got for Christmas and did you enjoy what you liked for Christmas. So just let me know down below. Comment below on what you thought about this foundation. Is it something you would consider as your little just go-to quick handbag foundation? It's something I would use it for. Thank you very much for watching. Next foundation I will be reviewing is, I haven't got it with me, but the next foundation will be the Barry M foundation. So that will be coming up soon. Probably doing that over the weekend. Alright, take care. See you soon. Bye.